Welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. I am Ejembi Otaibe. Today on the show, it's going to be talks around fibroids. These are non-cancerous tumors that grow in the womb. To tell us more about these tumors of the female reproductive system is a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist who is the medical director of Queen's Specialist Hospital, Lagos, Dr. Martin Ejembi. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
It is said that many women will have fibroids at some time, during their lifetime. Some people may not even know that they have it, while others find it difficult to live with it. What causes fibroids?
Thank you very much. Fibroids. What are fibroids? First and foremost, they are tumors that grow in the reproductive tract, especially the womb of women of reproductive age, from the ages of about 18 all the way till about 50 years of age. And it's very prevalent, particularly among those who are in their most reproductive era, 20 up to 32. And those who have not had children before are most likely to have fibroids. Now, the cause of fibroid is full of postulations, and first and foremost, men don't have fibroids.
Mm-hmm. Because they don't have
those female hormones.
Yeah.
So we believe that it is those female hormones that are responsible for the emanation of fibroids in women, particularly the estrogen and the progesterone. Other reasons abound, but this is the most scientific one. And of course, genetic factors, such that if you are a first generation of one who had fibroid in the family, and the females are most likely to have fibroids as well. If you don't have, probably your great-grandmother had. So the genetic line is there, and it's another proven factor. And of course, diet, food, drinks, etc. are other causative factors that can cause fibroid in women.
So, hormone, genetics, is there any role? Okay, you mentioned diet now. Let's talk about diet.
Yes, really, being black is another factor.
So that's the race.
The race, being black. It's not as if Caucasians don't have fibroid, but it's more prevalent amongst the black people. And that is because, again, genetic factor. And there must be something in the black persons that make them predisposed to fibroid development. Now, since we say it is because of a racial affectation, we also know that Nigeria has the highest black population in the world, which means Nigeria now has the highest level of fibroid development in the world as well. And certain foods we eat particularly has estrogens, and estrogens are known to be precursors of fibroid formation. And foods like yam, etc., because even some of those contraceptives that are being used were extracted from yam in those days, and this is estrogen. And some other foods which we don't know contain estrogens. Drinks, alcohol, also predisposed to developing fibroids, particularly beer. And beer is full of carbohydrates, and those carbohydrates may contain certain estrogen levels or precursors that can cause fibroids. Then we also say if you don't eat much fruits and vegetables.
That is, you are low in fruits and vegetables.
Absolutely.
And fibers.
Yes, because this contains some phthalates, phenols, etc., that can regress the growth of fibroid. How do you prevent fibroid anyway? You cannot prevent it if you are genetically predisposed to it. But you could reduce the rate of growth and the time of growth.
Tell us about the role that the use of birth control methods or some of these contraceptives can play in fibroids.
Well, because the birth control pills are either progesterone content only pills or combined oral contraceptives which contains both estrogen and progesterone at very low levels. If you have fibroids, then it may not be advisable for you to take any of those combined oral contraceptives or any of them either, because it could kind of ginger the growth of the fibroids. So we don't recommend such pills for certain women who are predisposed to having fibroids or have some nodules, which we incidentally saw. Having seen that, then you now have to prescribe some other form of protection for them.
So, if many women are predisposed to it, of course, because we are also black, why is it that some women may not even know that they have it? Perhaps just going for some pelvic examination, that's when it's found. And why do others, they can't really live with it?
Well, that's one. Why some women have fibroids and some don't have is another question that scientists are still raveling to answer. What we know is that some women have high level of receptor sites for estrogens that are in the womb, which trap the estrogens and cause fibroids. And to your question, most of the fibroids we discover are accidentally or incidentally discovered, either through routine examinations, scan, etc., images, etc., then we pick them up. And most women don't know they have fibroid. How do they know? Some know only when the tummy has begun to become bigger than before, or their sizes of skirts and trousers don't fit anymore. And they see that there is a hardening of something in their abdomen or pelvis, then they say, oh, what is this? They go to the doctor, and the doctor confirms the presence of fibroid. Some, the fibroids are so small that they don't even know about it, no problems at all. Some, because of heavy period timing, the way it flows, and they become very embarrassed, and then they go to the doctor, and the doctor discovers that it's the presence of the fibroid that is responsible for this kind of heavy flow of blood, etc. And you are advised for one treatment, of course, or the other.